Hello, my friend. Welcome to another English learning lesson. Today, we are going to practice English through a beautiful story. If you want, you can shadow this story with me. Shadowing means listening and speaking at the same time. You listen to my voice and repeat immediately, just like a shadow follows a person. First, listen to each sentence carefully. Then repeat after me. This method helps you train your brain to think in English. Are you ready? Let's begin shadowing. My name is Emma Carter. This is a story about a Seacrest camera I found. I moved to a new house in Portland with my family. The house is old, but beautiful. It has many rooms and a big attic on the top floor. One Saturday morning, I went up to the attic. I wanted to explore. The attic was full of old boxes and furniture. Dust covered everything. Sunlight came through a small window. I looked around. I saw old books, broken chairs, and paintings. Then I found something interesting. It was an old camera. The camera sat in a wooden box. It looked very old, but still worked. I said to myself, "Wow, this is cool." I took the camera downstairs to my room. I cleaned it with a cloth. The next day, I took the camera to school. My best friend Sarah saw it immediately. Sarah asked, "Where did you get that?" Her eyes lit up with curiosity. I said, "I found it in my attic. Do you want me to take your picture?" Sarah said, "Yes, please." She stood near her locker and smiled brightly. I pressed the button. The camera made a clicking sound. A photo slid out from the bottom. We waited for it to develop. Sarah said excitedly, "This is so vintage." The photo became clear slowly, but something was wrong. Very wrong. The photo did not show Sarah at her locker. It showed Sarah lying on the ground. There was a car nearby. Her leg looked bent in a bad way. There was blood on her face. Sarah grabbed the photo from my hand. "What is this? This is not funny, Emma." I said, "I did not do anything. The camera just took this." My hands shook. Sarah looked angry. "You probably edited this somehow. Not cool." She walked away quickly. I stared at the camera. What had just happened? That night, I could not sleep. I thought about the photo. I decided to test the camera again. I took a picture of my mom's favorite vase on the kitchen table. The photo developed. It showed the vase broken on the floor in pieces. I whispered, "No way." Suddenly, my cat jumped on the table. The vase fell and broke exactly like in the photo. Every piece of the vase was in the same position as in the photo. My heart beat fast. The camera showed the future. It really showed the future. I grabbed my phone and called Sarah. She did not answer. I sent her 10 messages. Sarah, please listen. The camera is real. It shows the future. You are in danger. Please call me back. She finally replied at midnight. Emma, stop. You are scaring me. Leave me alone. I felt helpless. How could I make her believe me? The next morning, I looked at Sarah's photo again. I noticed some details. There was a street sign in the background. There was a big clock tower. I had seen this clock tower before. Then I remembered. The clock tower was on Oak Avenue. Then I remembered something Sarah told me yesterday. She walks to the library after school. The library is on Oak Avenue. I looked at the photo again carefully. The clock on the tower showed 3:30. If this camera showed the future, then something bad would happen to Sarah at 3:30. I checked the time. It was 2:45. I called Sarah, but she did not answer her phone. I had to stop this. I had to save her. I ran to Oak Avenue. I reached there at 3:10. My lungs burned from running. I looked around everywhere. Then I saw Sarah. She was walking on the sidewalk with her headphones on. She did not see the car coming around the corner. The car was driving too fast. I screamed as loudly as I could, "Sarah!" She did not hear me. She stepped off the sidewalk to cross the street. I ran faster than I had ever run before. The car was so close now. I could hear the engine roar. I grabbed Sarah's arm and pulled her back hard. We both fell onto the grass. The car zoomed past us. It missed Sarah by inches. The driver did not even stop. Sarah pulled out her headphones. Sarah said, "That car almost hit me." Her voice shook. "How did you know?" I told her about the camera. I told her about my mom's vase. I told her everything. Sarah was shocked. Tears filled her eyes. She said, "You are telling the truth. This is impossible, but you are telling the truth." She hugged me tightly. "You saved my life, Emma. Thank you. Thank you so much." Then I remembered the photo. I took it out of my pocket. When I looked at it, I was shocked. The photo was different now. It did not show the accident anymore. Now it showed Sarah at school. She was smiling and laughing. It was the normal photo from yesterday. The future had changed. We both stared at the photo in silence. Sarah asked, "What do we do with the camera?" I thought about this carefully. I said, "The camera shows bad things. Things we need to stop. Maybe it found me for a reason." Sarah nodded slowly. "So, you want to use it?" I said, "Yes, but carefully. very carefully. That night, I sat in my room alone. I held the camera in my hands. I thought about Sarah. My hands still shook when I remembered that moment. I looked at the camera. This strange object gave me a gift, a terrible gift, a beautiful gift, the gift to see what comes next, the gift to change it. But I knew this camera had a good side and a bad side. Sometimes, when I took a photo, it showed me something good. Sometimes it showed me something terrible. If I took photos with this camera, I needed to be ready for the future. I put the camera back in its wooden box. I placed the box in my drawer, but I did not lock it. I kept it close. I kept it ready.